madman would have done that.
Okay.
Hello. How's everyone doing? Oops, that is not the game reset my controls again. 1 second.
Off to a great start.
Alright. So welcome to Octopath Traveler, but the first question I have here is, who is my party?
Well, thanks to some last-minute donations, we have our number 1 character is going to be Ophelia.
Ooh.
Number 2 is Ulbrich. Number 3 is Hunnet, and number 4 is Tressa.
All right, then. So we got an interesting party here. All right, just making sure I have everything else ready here. All right, everything looking good on your end?
Everything is all set up and ready to go.
Him works.
Alright.
All right, so I'm ready to go on my end here. So whenever you're ready for me to start, just say so. All right, Mamgar, why don't you count us down as is tradition?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Whoops. False start. I hit the wrong button. Try again.
Are you sure? Again.
Yes, I am sure. I'm ready this time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So this is Octopath Traveler. This is a game where 8 different travelers come from all over the world to Florida to get brisket. Or wait, I think that's how it goes.
So I don't even have to say anything because you just summed up the entire run. I don't even have to be here for commentary.
But what
Hey.
about the game?
What about the what?
The game.
Oh yeah, the game. So, For Traveler Fiesta is something that the community kind of made up with a lot of inspiration from 4-Job Fiesta from Final Fantasy V. And the idea is that you get 4 random characters, and then you try and beat the single story of the first person in the party. But this time around, we're doing it through donations. So typically how a Fiesta run begins, the first chapter you get is going to be essentially the same as the single story for the character. You only have the one. Ophelia is a pretty interesting Fiesta run, in my opinion. She has some interesting strategies that need to go into play in the later chapters if certain people aren't in your party.
Are certain people in your party?
Say what?
Are those certain people in your party?
Well, Tressa's in the party, but Cyrus isn't, so we're not getting any HP items here. So, with random encounters, for safety's sake, I will break the encounter just so I can run away from free. If all the enemies in an encounter are broken or asleep or dead, I guess, you can get away for free.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to be able to run away.
So, the guy that I recruited in Flames Grace there, the guy that's following me, he has a nice ability called Summon Winds, which, given some good luck, will help me with the first boss here.
I think he's a 1 in 3 to use the ability, which is important because the boss is weak to wind. And it does a lot of damage. If you ever run Ophelia single story, you're going to have to learn to love the summons because they are important.
Yeah.
Oh. Though we didn't get Primrose, so won't be doing that strat. I'll probably pick up the Thief Shrine because of that. Alright, Winds guy isn't cooperating already.
You want the Winds guy to use Winds. He has like 2 options, I think. You can just attack or you can just use Winds. I don't know if there's a third. It's been a while.
Yeah, so far Winds guy is doing anything but wins. But the general strategy for this this fight here is break the Guardian and then throw Holy Light out.
This fight is, if he really doesn't cooperate, this fight can go south pretty quickly, especially if you're trying to go fast.
Yeah, I think like it's possible to die if he like does the ultimate non-cooperation.
So far, it's oh, okay. So far, Winds guy was doing his best to not cooperate.
So that Wisp, the boss summons, it explodes after 3 turns, I think. You can see it counting down. But after that finishes counting down, I think you're guaranteed to die.
Alright, Winds guy did just enough to let us win, so...
Yeah, if Winds guy doesn't cooperate, the Wisp just explodes and you die. Feels good.
Any Ophelia runner will have had that happen at least once. So, the next step in Fiesta, now that I've completed my chapter 1, is to get evasive maneuvers.
So basically,
go ahead.
evasive maneuvers is an ability from the Scholar class that greatly increases the distance you can run without getting encounters. I think it's 2.5 times the distance.
Yeah, it's roughly that. Depends on how many steps you're allowed.
Yes, and it's very important for getting through a lot of screens. There are only a small handful of screens you can't get from one end to the other with evasive maneuvers. Ophelia happens to have one of them, too.
I noticed you grabbed the flurry guide. Is there a reason for that, Alta?
Yeah, so normally in Ophelia singles story, if you don't gravitate, you would go pick up Cyrus to get evasive maneuvers. But we don't get Cyrus this time, so I need to get the Scholar's Shrine, and oh no. The way I can get there safely is conveniently the enemies along the way to Scholar's Shrine are weak to bow, so we're gonna spend a little bit of time hoping I get good luck to break the encounter and get to Scholar's Shrine. And then we'll need to do it 2 more times because I need that light medium soul stone that's here, and we're off to a good start. So the most efficient way to get evasive maneuvers is, at least for most characters, is to kill an encounter in the Whistlewood. But you know, Cyrus once again not in the party, so I need to get Scholar Shrine here, grab the Soul Stone, and then go to Whistlewood. So we're gonna hope Flurry Girl does her job. And almost did it. So yeah, we may be here for a hot minute while we get through this part.
I didn't know Flurry could only hit twice.
Yeah, that's the
actually
other
news to me.
That's the other unfortunate thing. I think it's 2 to 4 times.
Yeah, it's 2 to 4.
I thought it was like 3 to 4. Dang.
Yeah, but that's probably the most disheartening thing when you're trying to farm Kates during a Philia story.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
This is weird. It's okay. We got Tressa in the party, so we'll make up for any time that we've spent here.
Actually, though.
The Tressa is extremely powerful and very useful.
I think if you were to make an Octopath character tier list, for whatever reason, Tressa and Cyrus would be on top, like, single-handedly. Ophelia would probably be up there just because she's the best character, but...
Alright. 1 Flurry down.
And also, for those of you who haven't played this game, Kates are basically the metal slimes of this game. They have very little HP, extremely high defenses, and if you kill them, they give you mountains of XP and JP. There's a little bit of JP grinding at the beginning of the run to have enough for evasive maneuvers, and the Kate just gets everything you need in one encounter.
Yeah.
I think evasive maneuvers is 130.
Yeah, 130
But,
JP
it's
is
kinda
what we
short,
need.
isn't it?
Dang, that was really far that I got before I got the encounter.
I'll do my best.
Some other characters that go to the Scholar Shrine, like Ulbrich and Hanek, can actually challenge the guy outside of the Scholar Shrine to get there easily. Other characters like Ophelia don't have that luxury.
So yeah, I'm gonna need to get 2 or 3 more Flurry Break encounters here. Just because I need to get the Soul Stone that's up there so I can grind the JP.
Is Noble Court to the light guaranteed?
Yeah, you can get that once you tag Noble
Yeah.
Court.
I thought it was guaranteed.
Hanet's single story actually, like even Ulbrich's single story uses that same strat if you don't get a Kate. As far as Fiesta is concerned, Primrose has to do the same thing that Ophelia does, except she has a lot stronger of a summon available to her. So, Primrose could actually kill this encounter and then farm JP that way.
Dang, this is pretty rough luck.
It's Noble Court Flats.
Yeah, this would be like 2 hours down the drain if you're grinding Kates and it's only a single
Also,
story.
in case you're wondering, this isn't the only encounter on this screen, but it's the first encounter on this screen. It's always going to be the first encounter on this screen.
Well then,
I think the first encounter in every area that isn't like a chapter area is fixed.
I'm not
Alright, we got the flea. So if you're sitting here wondering, well, why am I not just grinding encounters for JP instead of going through all this nonsense? Barring extraordinarily bad luck, this is still faster.
A lot of encounters will give you something dumb like 6 JP and you need 130.
Yeah, some even give you like 4.
There are encounters that give you 18 JP, but
You need
you actually
two
need
travelers.
to have. Yeah, the
think.
encounters get more powerful the more travelers you have in your party. So with only one character, you're kind of stuck with all the bad
There is
encounters.
no choice.
Alright, so I'm gonna try this encounter a couple times, and if it's not cooperating, I'll just teleport to Flame's Grace and go to Whistlewood that way. And just so we're not dying to the sheep over and over again. Well, any more than I already have.
I'm trying to avoid a repeat of the Octopath Traveler. What was it, the relay race?
With the 3-character Tressa run. Yeah, by the way, Tressa is so good that she can get sub 1 hours with 3 characters.
I'll not be defeated.
It's pretty insane.
Alright, we got it.
Hooray! Now you can play the game. You can play the video.
Well,
game.
we can almost play the game. There's still our good old pal Frog 6 needs to make an appearance.
Listen, Whistlewood is the game. I've never gotten past it casually or in any of my speedruns, so
When do we get to the game? This is the game.
There's no choice.
I hear the game's pretty good after Whistlewood, though. It's unfortunate you never really get to play past it.
Ow.
Well then,
These are worth 6 JP each, so maybe Flurry Girl can help us out here. Ow.
this should help. I'll do my best.
This is where all your flurries went.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm wondering if I should just take whatever encounter I get here.
you'll get the best encounter. You get 5 bugs. So there are basically 2 encounters you want to get in here. There's actually more than 2, but any encounter that has sud bugs in it, these little orange caterpillars, is good. Any encounter that just has frogs in it or has the really big frog is bad.
Yeah, I think this is the second worst encounter. JP wise.
So we need 130 JP. Alta has about 27 JP. Most of the encounters in here give 60 JP, except for the good ones, which give like 90 to 115 or so.
I will battle.
I might just accept this
My
one.
best. Take
This
that.
is like the best one you can get that isn't bugs.
I hope I grow more able.
It's still 30 to grind outside. I think I'll just reset and try it again.
Honestly, people sometimes will complain about some runs needing a cape to get really good times in. Well, if you don't get a cape, you still have to deal with Whistlewood. It is pretty infamous in speedrunning for this game.
I will battle.
Oh, I can't deal with this. This would normally be good. Unless Flurry breaks?
Oh, you got the 1% encounter?
Well, apparently Flurry Girl can break these, so,
Yeah, flurry breaks howlers.
alright.
Sorry, my stream's lagging a little behind.
And with other runs, normally you'd want to break Howlers with Lightning Blast, because the Soul Stone isn't enough to kill them.
Yeah.
I think they have like barely over the amount of HP a Soulstone
It's
does.
something like that.
It's like 1,300.
Well then. I'm sorry.
Good thing we're grabbing Tressa.
Good thing we're grabbing Tressa.
I've seen people stuck here for like 15 minutes. It's terrible.
You've seen. I think
You're,
you've lived that.
you're inspiring me with great confidence right now.
Yeah.
How did your
Well, I was the one who lived that, but
how did your only Haunted run go?
Protect us. I'll not be defeated.
Oh hey, I did the
oh, that
impossible.
was my only haunted run actually. You're right.
The other not so nice thing about this encounter is the frogs with the pitchforks, they don't actually kill you. So if you get a bad encounter with more than one character, which is where most of the time you'll be in Whistlewood you'll be in here after getting Cyrus.
I just want to point out how incredibly unlikely it is for me to run away from 2 encounters.
Nice. Those frogs won't do anything. They won't kill you. They're just gonna flex and get ready to kill you next turn. It's just a little bit of extra salt to rub in the wound.
Alright, I think I'm getting to a point where I just need to accept whatever I get. And even if it's gonna mean grinding more encounters outside.
You still got ants to plow through.
That is true.
Alistam is one of the better places to grind JP early, other than here.
Yeah, just don't go to Tress's area to grind. There's just like
Alright.
2 JP per battle.
I'll just accept this one. The evasive maneuvers grind is not being kind to me today.
Sometimes you get it first try, sometimes it's later than that.
Don't worry, I'm sure Flurry Girl will be able to help us out here.
And you do have Scholar, which will be helpful for farming if you decide to use it on her, but...
Oh yeah, you got a good point there.
Do I have a good point?
You see, this is why I invited you two as commentators, is so just in case I forget something, you can remind me of it.
See, I'm actually controlling him
Oh no.
with my mind.
That's pretty Galaxy Brain level stuff. Literally.
These
At least,
ants
at least you're getting ants. Better than like pig over and over, like single
yeah.
foot.
Alright. We got Ophelia in the Scholar uniform now.
There is no choice. I'll not be defeated.
Pig makes it.
She's actually a pretty strong spellcaster. I think she's either the second or third best sorcerer? Something like that.
she has more... Cleric base class gives her more SP, I think.
Yeah, she has the highest SP in the game, I think. By like a long shot too. Like, I don't think Alta has like any SP items. So, like she's already at like 80.
Yeah, cast a lot of spells.
The flame guides us true.
Alright, if I get one more ants, we'll be ready to go. I think either ants or 2 more encounters ought to do it.
Also,
Yeah.
it was mentioned earlier, but we are running around in circles here just because the next screen is really bad for JP.
Hey, nice.
Alrighty.
Guides us true.
We got evasive maneuvers now, so now we can finally play the game.
You might be wondering, like, is evasive maneuvers really worth it? Like, going through all that trouble? The answer is yes. It really is.
I would have already gotten an encounter by now if I didn't have it up.
Yeah, so it's important for getting through screens without encounters, which we're going to be under-leveled for the vast majority of the runs. You can't really fight a lot of the encounters.
Alright, we're gonna stop by Ripple-Tide here. Not gonna pick up Tressa just yet. We're gonna do a bit of running around on the overworld now that we have evasive maneuvers.
So one of the things that actually makes For Traveler Fiesta so fun is Octopath is a really open game. You can walk from a lot of starting areas to end game areas in just a couple of screens, and there are lots of good items and loot in end game areas. The early game is often going to consist of tagging a couple of towns you need to warp to later, while also grabbing important items and consumables scattered across the map.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
one of the
really-
reasons. You can go ahead.
I'll do my
That was
best.
a really early encounter. But go ahead.
One of the reasons why evasive maneuvers is so important is because when you get to higher level areas, literally everything will kill us. So it's basically mandatory unless you just want to go for like 1% please.
If evasive maneuvers didn't exist, we would probably be relying on Haunted and Ulrich to get everywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Speaking of Jello, when's the no EM run?
I was thinking about I don't know if you guys saw the Nightmare Chimera run.
When is the Fortressa run? Fortressa Fiesta.
I don't know if the world has enough money to deal with all of the buying and selling Fortresses would bring onto the world.
Always
She's
looking
what,
for...
like $10 billion saved up for later?
Something like that.
Yeah, and in the sequel, maybe in Octopath 2, she'll get the $10 billion and we won't have to walk around the world. We can just spend it on vets.
So normally, to answer the chat, normally for Traveler Fiesta would be for random characters, but since we have this as a donation incentive in the marathon, the top 4 characters that were donated for, we get the run here. So I guess now would be a good time just to quickly go over the step counter and other ways that we can manipulate it, since I'm saving and reloading here.
So
Alright,
basically,
Go ahead, Namgar. You got this. I was waiting for you to take this one.
alright. So basically, every screen transition, save for a handful of screen transitions indoors, will reset the step counter. And saving and quitting or getting into a battle will reset the step counter.
Yeah, that's why I did the save and quit there on the beach. It is possible for me to get here without doing that, but it's pretty unfavorable.
Yeah, it's very unlikely you actually make it, though. It doesn't stop people from trying, though.
Yeah, another benefit from Tressa being in the party is we have access to 2 merchants instead of 1, and merchant is by far the most powerful class, base class in this game anyway. If we're not
So-
counting the secret jobs.
Merchant has a couple of abilities that are going to be really important. This one isn't as important in Ophelia, but it's still important in general. Collect lets you grab a little bit of extra money from bosses, and some of the bosses have a lot of money. Unfortunately, all of Ophelia's bosses are broke. There's not a lot of money to collect. But the other ability is Hired Help, where you can hire other people to fight for you. And it's really expensive and really strong, and you don't have to have anything to really make it kill bosses. Having Armor Corrosive up is the only way to boost it, really. But it just shreds everything.
Yeah, going back to the step counter, I'm going through these screens in this specific way just to avoid getting encounters. And so I grab the soul stones, hit the screen transition, and then go back. Otherwise, I would be welcomed to the honk committee in Grandport by 2 giant
Oh
birds.
my god.
They're very monstrous birds. They just throw meteors at you. It's ridiculous.
It took me like a whole second to get the reference.
Also, even doing safe strats for this screen, you can still get encounters. And you can get encounters after the save and quit. You can't
that's
get
a
an encounter in the Lock of the Lost King, though. That's impossible. It's never happened before.
I've only ever had it happen once, and it's because I should have grabbed this first before saving and quitting.
You didn't see it, it didn't happen. No way, no how.
It's only happened to me once because I messed up movement.
Yes, you have to mess up movement.
But you know what didn't happen here is we didn't get welcomed by the honk committee, so we're good here. Could still get Buffalo Wild Wings and in a Stone Guard though.
Are you heading to Stoneguard?
Also, there are a lot of
I'll hit the Runeblade Shrine at least.
Gotcha.
there are a lot of in-jokes about enemies in Octopath because there isn't too much to talk about while we're running around for an hour in the early game. Not for literally an hour, but you get really familiar with all the random encounters and all the different things they can do to your run.
Yeah, well, the step counter's like manipulatable with like screen transitions and save and quits. It's not fixed, so there's still some luck to it. Like you can get a very short amount of steps or like a very large amount of steps, and if you get a very short amount of steps, you can just die to encounters over and over.
Has anyone ever gotten the the fabled no encounter Ravis Manor?
It's never happened to me, and I have ran Therion forever, but then again, I guess you're always getting encounters there.
When's the fabled no encounter path to the caves of Maya?
You know, I've gotten close enough sometimes that I feel like it's possible, but I've never seen it happen.
Yeah. It's one of those things that feels like it could happen, but...
So yeah, I'm picking up Tressa now just because, whoops, that's the wrong thing to break. Tressa has an ability called Eye for Money. And so you just get free money by having her in the overworld, so generally when she's available to you in Fiesta, and also just in all of the runs in Octopath in general, you try to get Tressa in your party as soon as you can. And now that I've ran around the overworld enough, gotten a few soul stones, we're gonna go pay Mick and Mac a visit.
Fun fact, Mick and Mac is short for Micklemore and Macklemore.
Just I was running into the wall there for a little bit because you were making me laugh.
Now, let's get down to business. My turn.
I think back at GDQ, I think Merm and I were talking about how this battle's literally just Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, because you have Mario and Luigi on the left.
Hold up.
Enemies on the right.
Hold up.
Yeah. Another thing
But
that
unfortunately,
is...
Cacletta won this time. Feels bad.
Are you saying that this party is Cacletta? Ophelia is the heart, Tressa is the
I mean,
hand,
Regenerating
and Sonic
arms.
is the head.
Yeah, Tress is the regenerating arms of the Octopath party. I haven't played that game in too long.
Okay, compared to an Ophelia single story, I would normally have Cyrus in the party, so I need to pick up a couple more soul stones in a few places.
What are your other two? Ulbrich, Connet?
Yeah, Ulbrich, Haunted are the rest of the party members.
Interesting party.
Haunted, has a lot of... Her boss has a lot of HP.
that's his gimmick. He's just a big damage sponge.
Yeah. He doesn't have ads. I guess that's like their rationale for giving him more HP.
Yeah.
Also, he likes to kill people on the first turn by going first.
Oh yeah. One of those bosses.
Yeah.
So the reason why Cyrus is important is Cyrus has an ability called Scrutinize. Scrutinize lets you inspect people for secrets. And one of those secrets can be soul stones, it can be money, it might let you buy better items to fight later enemies with. Which is one of the reasons why we're kind of lamenting not having Cyrus. It makes the run a little bit harder just because you have less options for where you can get extra HP items or certain soul stones.
Yeah, and I might need to pick up the Apothecary Shrine too, just for HP's sake. Since I'm not going to have the HP items available to me in Saints Bridge.
Yeah, there's a handful of ones you can buy with Tressa, but by far the easiest way to get HP items is to scrutinize in Sagebridge, then buy them.
So yeah, down here is a 50,000 chest that will buy almost 2 hired help veterans.
Single highest gold chest in the game.
We'll pick up Ulbrich there eventually. We're just gonna say hi to him a few times along the way. Though I guess his name is Berg right now, so it's Octopath Traveler.
Oh no.
Octopath.
Octopath.
What about Beaktopath?
Beaktopath? I was waiting for somebody to say Octopath Traveler. The Valkyries, among many other people, have become very fond of the Goose game. For good reason.
Honk.
Honk.
Are you grabbing the apothecary for chapter 3?
Mostly for Matthias, because we got Hanet, so we can like hold
Yeah.
the one guy. Though I've found that even with that, sometimes the turn order can still mess with you a little bit. It also makes the Saints Bridge screen safe to get the Apothecary Shrine, so I won't get blessed by the Salamander. Though I guess I could get blessed by the Salamander on the way to Mirkwood. That's also possible.
I feel like that's pretty common, actually.
You could get blessed by the reptile on the way to Mirkwood.
Hold up.
Otherwise dubbed as cringe.
Okay, so every screen has like a chance to get a super rare encounter. Or I think they're the 1% encounter in every area, but it's just a monster that's a lot stronger for the area that it's supposed to be in. And they're just really I suppose I could start this now.
It's got a lot of HP and it's very hard to break. Also, it doesn't even give you good rewards when you kill it.
So I'm starting Aphelios Chapter 2 while I'm here. I was just gonna tag him and it's like, oh, okay, might as well do it now.
Yeah. Another thing in Octopath speedrunning is you generally want to start chapters as soon as you enter the town, even if you're not ready to fight the boss, because otherwise you have to make your way all the way to the town to start the chapter, which in some cases can be quite far away from the entrance to the town.
I instinctively was gonna go scrutinize the guy on the bridge, but I remembered I didn't have Cyrus.
Feels bad. Maybe you can guide him.
Can I guide him? What does he even do?
Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Probably too low level.
So there's only two types of summons. There's ones that do a lot of damage, and then there's ones that'll heal you 25 SP on like a 1 in 3 chance.
If you need an inhibit summon, Warrior Work is.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd imagine you're probably going for 3 though. So.
You know, I probably should have tagged what's the place called?
Sunshade.
Sunshade, yeah. Oh well, we'll just go this way to say hi to Hanet.
It's probably faster to do that way anyways.
Yeah. It's just I was gonna pick up the Thief Shrine too, so...
Quick hit.
Ulbrich will probably end up being my thief. Hanet and Ulbrich don't really have much use outside of combat, so they usually, at least in Fiesta, they usually just end up taking whatever job is needed in the party. Unsurprisingly, the characters in Fiesta that are the best have uses in and out of combat. which is why Cyrus, Therion, and Tressa are generally the best characters you can get, and that's also why they're picked up a lot in just all the other Octopath categories, for that matter.
Yeah, Tressa's in every single category, I think.
Yeah, I don't see.
And Therion and Cyrus are in a lot of them, though Cyrus gets cut a lot. Still, it's like 8-5-4, then everyone else is just like in one.
I think Tressa's just in every category, period.
I don't think she's in all males. Or
Oh, that's
all
true. That's true.
Or all rogues.
She's in all side stories though.
Hmm.
And
Fun
you
fact,
made it through that
Caldera
screen.
is a side story. At least, isn't that a side story? It sure looks like a side story to me.
When you complete it, it says name of side story completed. So you we're like thus ends the tale of whatever.
Yeah, so you don't really need to beat Caldera.
There is no choice. My turn now.
That screen right
Oh.
there is basically impossible to not get an encounter on.
That was pretty close though.
Yeah.
You saw like the danger level pop up.
Alright, since I'm going to be a little short on soul stones anyway, I might as well pick up the one here and derelict mine while I'm getting the thief shrine.
I think there's like 3 in town too. Maybe.
Oh, and
Quarter Crest.
oh yeah, and there's also Grandport, which I can go hit later too. There's plenty of money everywhere too if I need more money. That actually reminds me, I need to stop by what's that place called? The level 58 area. I don't know why it's escaping me right now.
Purgation.
Yeah, Forest of Purgation, because the Tempest Amulet will be useful. Forest of Hamburgation.
Time to stop, Jack.
Yes, Matthias's attack at the end of the game, Black Gale, is a wind attack, so Tempest Amulet will basically make whoever I equip that to survive. Alright, I think I'm at the point where I can start killing off bosses here, and if I need more soul stones, I can always just go pick them up. There is money everywhere.
So Tressa, Therion, and Cyrus are like the 3 super good characters in this. You might be thinking, doesn't Alphen basically do the same thing as Cyrus? Well, the problem is, anyone that we can scrutinize that's actually decent has like a level 25 requirement for Alphen, which is like a level we don't hit ever.
It's a shame too, because Concoct is a really strong ability, but Alphen just has a very unfortunate placement on the map. He's the furthest away from evasive maneuvers in any form, so... I guess we'll just kill them this way.
My turn. Thunder. I hope I grow more able.
Oh yeah, Concoct is pretty good, but I think Alphen only really works if you have either Therion, Tressa, or Cyrus.
Yeah, basically, because you need them to get
Tressa
the
or
good
Therion.
materials.
Because otherwise, you can't get materials, yeah.
the toughest party configurations usually don't include one of those 3 characters. Let's see, it was a Thunder Owl, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
What to do? Try this on the side.
With Night Gastone.
You got more than you bargained for.
Alright, so now we got Ulbrich. Ulbrich's gonna give up his life of the blade and start his life of the knife before long. On it. That's who our last person was. So I'm playing on English right now, just because it's more fun that way. But one of the main reasons why we don't run in English in any of the other runs except for Ulbrich's story is Honnet's a bit long-winded.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. Like any character that has Honnet or any run that has Honnet in the party is almost certainly slower to have English voices on.
And somehow Ulbrich gets to be the opposite.
This time she didn't say the long thing.
Basically,
But
every fight, a random character just pipes up and says something, and if it's her, well.
And you can't do anything until they're done talking, and Honnet's there telling her life story.
Ulbrich is faster in English because in Japanese he has a line that has infamously become a meme in our community.
Oh, okay, well. This is what can happen with Gasarma.
You forgot to unequip the magnet.
I'll do my best.
Hold up.
I can't believe you make a mistake like this.
What next?
It's funny. Gasarma can kill Honnet in basically every fight except for her own, and every story except for her own. If you
Gasarma doesn't use Rampage with one person, right?
no,
It does, but
it
it's very
starts
weak.
off differently, I think.
It's like halfway through the fight that Gasarma uses Rampage when it's just Honnet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's a little bit more cleanup I want to do first before we start tackling the
Also,
Chapter 2 stuff.
a fun little tidbit. You might have noticed that a lot of the other bosses we just threw soul stones at just to kill them without bothering to break them. Don't do that for Gasarma, because Gasarma has something stupid like 9,000 HP. And a lot of the other bosses have like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000.
In other Fiesta runs, I normally try and conserve soul stones by getting like a powerful weapon like the knowledge staff or something, and then using attacks to conserve things like that. But Ophelia doesn't need that much money or soul stones, so I don't really feel that bad about throwing away soul stones like that. That being said, I'm gonna see if I can get lucky and get both the soul stones in here.
I didn't even know there were 2 soul stones in there.
Yeah, there's one really far back.
Yeah, I figured it must be pretty far back if I don't know about it.
There's this one here, or, well, not that one, that's just money. But, right here. And I got it. It's about 50-50 to get that in my experience.
Oh, that's pretty far back. Dang.
Yeah.
I would like never go for that.
And since I tagged Grand Port, I might as well just grab the money here. Unfortunately, I have nobody here that can pet the dog, but it's a good dog, so we'll talk to it anyway.
Just challenge the dog.
I don't think I can challenge the dog.
Yeah, you can't.
No.
You can steal from it.
Why would you want to
steal
challenge
from it
the
though?
dog anyway?
Which is hilarious.
Oh my god, Hanek keeps wanting to show me her Pokemon. I probably don't need that Pommel, but whatever.
Doesn't hurt to have extras for those. Especially in like this, where backup strats are pretty nice.
Yeah. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm equipped well enough to do chapter 2 here. On these paths here, getting an encounter is pretty likely. So part of the reason why I have all these other soul stones as well is to just toss them out if I get the encounter. The JP is also useful. Looks like we are not getting blessed by the salamander.
Oh.
You got salamander skip. Feels bad.
I know Jack must be very disappointed.
The whole Octopath community is very disappointed.
So, something I didn't know for the longest time, until I started running this and noticed it, is in these dungeon areas, if you follow the torches, it will show you where to go.
With
So
one
just follow
exception.
the torches, dummy. This is a good encounter for JP.
Also, since we're here, do you know how to pronounce this next boss's name?
Someone who does would be here, but isn't.
Yeah, he's just
Feels
not
bad.
here.
I can give it a try then.
I'll try two. I'll try two.
Alright.
It's hard.
I don't know. Oh, I forgot to teach Ophelia a skill, but it may not matter.
I think it's H-Rod Witzner?
Alright, I'm dead. I forgot to teach a skill.
It's Hot Rod Vitnir.
Oh yes, I forgot that's what H-Rod stands for.
Alright, let's
Corrosive?
Oh wait, I did have Blizzard taught. What am I thinking? For some reason I was thinking this was the Kate route here for a second, and I don't have it.
Isn't Rod Vitnir weak to Thunder as well?
Yeah, he's weak to thunder.
So I think you're good regardless.
Hanet's just here for moral support.
I'll do my best.
Sword, spear, ice, thunder, light.
Now then, the foe's guard is down.
Coming. Here I go.
Aw, no EI proc.
So the other reason the merchant class is really good is it has two really strong passives. EI is endless items, which gives you a chance to not use a consumable, and the other one is Hang Tough, which lets you survive a lethal attack as long as your health isn't too low, which is actually incredibly useful. It takes a lot of JP, but if only there was some way to get a lot of JP in a short amount of time.
If only there was a way. Is this where we need the safety dance? It feels so weird teleporting away from there and not grabbing the HP items.
Oh yeah. For me, it's buying herbs there too.
Let's see. I'll probably want to.
Oh, you can't get the soul stone here. I just realized.
Yeah, that's the other reason why I've been buying a few extra things. There's 2 soul stones I can't get here without Cyrus. I think there's one other soul stone we grab with him. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've done proper single story runs. It's just been Fiesta, so it's been just all improv for the most part.
That's all Octopath runs ever are. Pure improv.
Especially when things don't go the way you want, which is frequent. Alright. So this screen can be a little sketch sometimes. Something, of course, as soon as I say it is when it happens. I don't think these guys are weak to anything I have.
Aerostorm.
Aerostorm? Oh, I don't have that.
Victory, I think not.
Well, I'll just try and flee.
When in doubt, everything is weak to dagger or bow.
Yeah, that's basically the name of the game.
Also, the enemy weaknesses in this game are hilariously messed up. There are just some that don't make any sense at all. I think Birdians are weak to sword a lot of the time, but aren't weak to bow. And then you get another Birdian that is weak to bow. It's pretty random. Which makes for some good variety. Trying to apply Pokemon logic will not get you very far.
It has its own Pokemon logic. So if I recall, I kind of need some favorable turn orders here to get the result I want in this fight, since I don't have HP items.
I think if you have 2 hunters, it's guaranteed. I want to say, but if you only have one,
Yeah, I don't have
it's,
the
yeah.
Hunter
I think it requires some luck.
I still have leg hold on Hana just to help facilitate that a bit.
Hey, you can steal a soulstone off that elemental. It's totally worth it.
You would of course know. Mr. Soulstones only.
It's a legit strat in Goldie.
I guess now if you really want, you can grab that money chest right below the save. If you feel like you need the money.
Doesn't really matter that much, but
Yeah, I don't know how much money you're seeing it. I think it's probably good though.
The foe's
Grab a
guard
lot.
is down.
this turn order is kind of funky.
Time for Mario and Luigi 2.
This is partners in time.
But where's the babies?
Oh, that was the wrong thing to use. Well,
I think you're fine.
I think if I do this, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, this is a little weird.
Yeah, this.
But I think
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I don't think I have enough. I don't necessarily need to armor corrosive the guy on the right.
No, I think you can armor corrosive this turn, and then you can use like a palm next turn.
Well, no, I need like I only need 1 rounds of vets. That's
yeah,
right.
so you can use like a palm next turn or something.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Foe's guard
this,
is
I
down.
think
I
this
need
is
to palm him on Tressa here.
I'll do my best.
Nice EI proc.
just gotta remember to use your soulstones before they get on board.
Yeah.
Otherwise they'll be pissed.
The battle is
I think it was an L and an M, if I recall. Yeah.
have a taste of this.
We'll find out if I'm eating my words here in a second.
It's not a super costly time to fight
Yep,
to retry
alright.
if you lose anyways.
I did remember it. Yeah, when you don't have the optimal team, it's kind of a puzzle to figure out. Okay, this is how you're supposed to do it when you have the optimal team. How do I do it with different resources?
Yeah.
Has
and
the-
it's also...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, it's you're still trying to achieve the same thing with the vets and stuff, but and it can be a little bit difficult sometimes when your strategy is to tank a hit.
And it's also difficult to tank a hit when you don't have HP items. It's just part of the Fiesta is just improving the game, which is really a good skill to have in general, but this in particular stresses it.
See, I believe I have enough soul stones. As I have 3 L's last I looked, and I just reminded myself that I do not have the wind amulet, which should be a little useful. Oh, by the way, I've just remembered that we haven't really asked if there's been any time for donations, but I think now would be a good time for it.
All right, absolutely. We have $32 from Corundum Core, who says, "Here's for hecking up the strats during my run, and hoping other runners don't follow in my footsteps." Well, I hope they do, because A, you had a great run, Corundum, and B, you donated money to the marathon. So, 2 for 2 there. And we do have some now that we've got our big Odin sphere word switched order in my head there. Now that we've got our big Octopath bid war out of the way, we can you know, because that was a big one. We can move on to some of these other ones. Odin's Sphere Leftizer has a bid war for the language of the game, which is currently tied at 0. So $1 for your language of choice, whether you want to hear countless enemies shrieking in English or Japanese. That's up to you. And for Lightning Returns, you can name the Angel of Valhalla. The current leader is Valkyrie, but it's pretty close. So you could go, maybe put your own name, maybe put your friend's name, maybe just put like Butts because no one can stop you. You can also choose a color for the Midnight Mauve Guard. Orange is winning, which does not sound very Midnight Mauve to me, so maybe you want to fix that. And you also get to pick in Dragon Ball Z Legend of the Super Saiyan, who performs the dramatic DBZ sacrifice. And those are the coming up bid wars, but we also have some donation goals. You know, if you're not much of a fighter and you don't want to have to compete, you can help us get that level 1 fight club in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix HD. Lightning Returns, we can fight Aeronite. Legend of the Super Saiyan, you can fight Super Saiyan Vegeta. Get the pet and Stardew Valley Co-op. That's almost a third of the way there. There's additions to the Link to the... there's going to be a Zelda Link to the Past... Or, not Link to the Past. Zelda 2 Adventure of Link. Live music showcase. And if you want some added in, a Link to the Past castle theme, and the Ocarina of Time Gerudo Valley theme for that music case, that's going to happen... Showcase. That's going to happen tomorrow. And, you do want those. That run is incredible. Live music, Zelda. And if you want to see live dramatic readings of old Yu-Gi-Oh episodes, that's about a quarter of the way there. So you should also check that one out.
Also, just to set the record straight, in case you were wondering why Philly went to jail there, it was for tax fraud. It was for tax fraud. That is canon. It's just important to let you know that.
I think boosted mercs breaks these guys.
Yeah. This will fix it. Now I just need to revive everybody and heal them. Oh, the joys of high-level areas. So I have a bit of extra money, so I don't need to grab the 30k chest down there.
You got loads of money.
So
you can do the legendary no armor corrosive kill on Matthias.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
I have a question for everybody. Should I listen to the dialogue?
This is what I donated for. I'm kidding. I've heard it enough. I don't know why I've heard it enough, but...
You know, chat did make a good point. I forgot to equip the Tempest Amulet, so I'm actually dead in the next fight. I forgot to do all those things that I said I was gonna do.
You could break him. You could kill him in one break, though, right? Because you have double merchant.
Oh, you know, you got a good point there too.
I mean,
it's been a while since I've done 2 merchant affiliate, to be honest.
Yeah, I literally just thought of that just now. I was like, wait.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. A lot of times, 4-job Fiesta is done without Tressa, just because having 2 merchants trivializes a lot of the challenges in the later part of the game.
The Tempest Amulet strat is way cooler though, so it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah, I may not need it now that you mentioned it though.
You could always drag on the fan and listen to more dialogue. I don't know anyone who'd do that, but
I don't know anyone who'd do that either.
So this is the last boss fight for the not this fight, not the fight with a few dudes, but the type of Matthias who's after.
yeah, this fight with the 3 adds is debatably more dangerous than the actual final boss himself.
Oh yeah, Matthias does one-shot everybody, so... We'll see how the fight goes. Matthias is, if anything, nothing but improv, even in a single story run.
My turn now. Try this.
Matthias and Simeon Primrose Chapter 4 boss are like the two big improv bosses.
Just because you never know who's going to die on that first turn.
Yeah, Consuming Darkness is a dark attack, I believe. Let's be honest.
Here and now.
This is a turn order. Okay.
Have this.
The false guard is
This
down.
could still work depending on who gets bopped. You know, that's okay. That's an okay bop right there.
I think Matthias is actually on the lower end of characters who have a lot of HP. I think he has one of the lowest HPs of all the final bosses. It's the same as Esme. It's like 96k, I think. Only Lucia.
Actually, why
has
did I
less
revive him? He's just gonna die anyway. Oh well.
The battle is truly joy. Have a taste
You
of
can toss soul stones.
Letting the hunt begin. Using this.
Simeon 1 doesn't count.
I don't know if Tressa will survive with a wind amulet. We'll see. Ophelia will at least. And you know, now that I think about it, I probably should have like holded him. Hey, Tressa survives.
Yeah, it's like 1800 normally, and you have 50% resistance.
Got an interesting issue here. Yeah, I messed up the fight. Ah.
It's all good.
Can't end like this. I haven't finished.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, Matthias has quite an annoying ability. Anytime a boss locks away their weaknesses, it gets quite difficult to deal with, and the ads that he summoned actually have a lot of HP too.
The Chapter 4 boss that doesn't lock any weaknesses, Lucia. It just circumvents that by having 30 shields.
Yeah. Alright, I know what I need to do now. For it in strange fashion, having Tressa in the party is messing me up a little bit.
victory shall be mine.
I need you to...
What to do?
Alright.
What to do?
I think I can get away with this. I should... No, wait, I used that.
Have at it. I think not.
That was a
The battle
mistake.
is
Sorry.
Have I failed?
The ads are not cooperating with me here.
Some say
The honks are getting more powerful in chat. What's going on? Who upgraded the power of honk?
To you.
So that is some pretty high level stuff.
I'll get my money's worth.
It was
I think-
RPG check.
Letting the hunt.
Alright, we're good here.
The battle is I think not.
Fight for me.
Victory shall be mine. Have a taste of this.
Here I go. Try this on the side.
Try and this.
These honks are just vet rolls. You aren't wrong. Are we using honks to defeat the enemies?
They forgot armor corrosive on one of them. Feels bad.
Also, fun fact about those enemies before Matthias, one of their drops is the monster perfume, which is a extremely powerful item that sorts itself down into the part of your item menu where all the soul stones are.
The foe's guard is down.
What it does is it full heals whatever enemy you use it on, and it's very much a troll item.
That was probably the worst possible combination of things that could have happened there. Wow, I did not even get to respond.
That was pretty brutal.
Wow. There was,
sometimes Matthias is just like that.
there was nothing I could have done about that.
Especially since you don't have access to any HP items, you don't have access to elemental defense items. In some other runs, you can deal with Matthias being a jerk just by tanking hits, but you don't have that luxury right now.
Yeah, in longer categories, we just eat hits, and it's no problem. At least these guys aren't like double soulstoning you turn one.
Yeah, I think one soulstone would kill me anyway.
Yeah.
Have a taste of
You know what else is unfair? These fellas get access to another level of soulstone. They get peerless soulstones. Why can't we use those?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's because they've dedicated their lives to the Dark God Galdera. I mean, I have too. Realistically speaking.
Have you? I thought you dedicated your life to Upside Down Star Rodophilia.
It's just a hard counter. Upside Down Star Rodophilia is the block card.
Oh my god.
Letting my arrow fly.
There's layers to that statement, like an onion or like an ogre.
the battle is truly
Alright. As long as Ophelia doesn't get bopped here, I should be okay.
You're like so much more likely to win this, or to like get out of like the first couple turns with
Yeah.
2 items. And it's still going pretty rough, which is pretty sad.
Letting my arrow fly and true. Using this.
Because you have 3 characters who can potentially be useful.
Let me help.
Don't forget the leg hold.
Yeah. I'm gonna remember this time.
no. The foe's guard is down.
It's gonna be a big leg hold so I don't have to remember it again. Hanet's gonna give Matthias a big ol' hug right here.
Better than a snake.
Leg hold trap in this game is pretty strong. Especially if you're not going to be using hired help veterans. I think it's like the strongest base class skill.
We will never be broken apart.
Just forcing your opponents to go last every turn. So good.
Yeah, leg hold trap makes a lot of strats that would be otherwise inconsistent, completely consistent.
Let's see, what do I want to do here?
Use this.
Well, prepare yourself. Fight.
I sunder it all. Trying this.
May want to reapply armor corrosive because I think this is gonna go one more break. Oh, well, this is definitely going one more break. Yeah, I got extra money, whatever. Throw a single vet.
The desire to revive her dear father meant far more to
Yeah, I think you have enough to beat him without corrosive,
cannot save her
honestly,
from her
which is pretty
sorrow
crazy.
and despair.
I was once saved by her kindness.
Oh, you even got her. You even got her.
She
All his dialogue.
Yeah.
You could be fully completed the speedrun.
You are a nuisance and nothing more. Disappear from me. Once Liana will have nothing left to cling to but Galdera. And
Disappear for me.
Disappear. Oh no. The turn order just bailed me out something fierce right here. Actually, no, I'm... Oh no! I was short on... Man. I am so sorry.
I think if you just throw vets at him, you might be able to just kill him. I think if you
Maybe. Well, I was too distracted by this happening.
It's pretty close though.
Yeah. SP is not something I normally think about.
Revive costs a lot, unfortunately.
It's like what, 50?
Yeah.
I might have enough JP to... I don't have enough to... Normally things go a lot better than this. This has been a combination of bad luck and
The hunt beginning.
and misplays, but that's just how it is sometimes. The
What happened?
the longer estimate was mostly for in case Ulbrich won, and not for all this, but this time for sure. As soon as the ad stopped killing me.
They sure do love their soul stones.
Yeah, this pre-fight's pretty rough, because all of them, like all three of them will usually get to attack before they get broken, and all three of them have a chance of wiping your party in one go.
Yeah, in the normal Ophelia run, you'd be able to tank one of them at least.
With how rough the first fight is going, you'd think this is Primrose single story. For context, Primrose has the dubious honor of getting 2 Chapter 4 bosses.
Come in, if thou darest, try and this.
My turn now. Try this on the side.
Yeah, I think most runners would
Got more than
agree
a
that
bargain.
Primrose's Chapter 4 boss is probably like the hardest.
Yeah. Alright, this time for sure.
You got this.
Well, you already did 100% Matthias, so...
Yeah, you're just killing him a second time.
Yeah.
I'll get my money's worth.
That's fine. That's less fine,
Use this.
but manageable.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
The va-
Actually, he's going... Now let's just...
You're gonna need a heal Tressa if you want her to survive with Wind Amulet.
Yeah.
Guard is down.
My turn now. Have this.
Now then. Use this.
Come, holding back nothing.
No, not Arrow Storm. That would not help in this situation at all.
Here I go. This should do the trick.
Maybe the 25 extra damage you get from it will pay off. You never know.
Just maybe.
I will not be defeated.
This should probably be a little cleaner because Justice should live.
Yeah. just gonna do that.
I will not be defeated. This should help. I'll get my money's worth.
Because you have extra money, you could probably.
Yeah, I could probably just start tossing them with impunity.
Use this.
Letting the hunt begin. Try and this.
Here I go! Fight!
One more round of vets will do. I could probably just toss them at him like you said. It'll still revive him anyway. Let's see. I've got 2 vets, so. Eh.
I'll do my best. In Alfred's name, be safe. Well then. Fight for me.
Okay. Why not?
I'll get my money's worth.
We're gonna do this just for the overkill.
Poor guy's about to have his career ended.
Try this.
I don't have armor corrosive up. I hope it doesn't matter. It shouldn't. Hooray. We did it. Underestimate.
Guides us true.
Alright, time is gonna come after the next cutscene is done. And time.
Nice round.
GG.
That was a run. I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. But yeah, that's Octopath Traveler 4 Traveler Fiesta. If you're interested in Octopath speedrunning, just join the Octopath Discord. We're all willing to help out new runners, and we got a wealth of resources is available for players of all skill sets. And yeah, I guess
there's
with
resources
that,
for everything in the game now.
yeah, for a lot of things. So yeah, with that, enjoy the rest of the marathon. I hope you guys smash your target.
Thank you, and thanks for the very entertaining run.